What's going on, everybody? So today we are talking about how to lose body fat fast. So I'm going to be sharing my rapid fat loss system with you guys. So pay attention. Now, as you can see here on the screen, I did this and this helped me lose 30 pounds in 10 weeks. So I was losing about 3 to 3.5 pounds a week while following this plan. Also, I did something similar to this before and I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. I went from 260 pounds down to 160 pounds. Chris followed this plan and he lost 75 pounds in 7 months. He went from 230 down to 165. This is my client Rashonda. She followed this plan as well too, and she is down 65 pounds of body fat and she's building some muscle. My client Zach did this and he is down over 30 pounds of body fat. You see the abs starting to come in. And my client Lonnie did this and he lost 30 pounds of body fat in 3 months. So on average, when people do what I'm about to go over with you guys today, they lose 10 pounds of body fat every month. Amazing. Now, there are 3 things that we're going to do. Number 1 is we're going to follow a meal plan. Number 2, we're going to follow a cardio plan. And number 3, we're going to follow a workout plan. So first, we're going to talk about the meal plan. This is how I like to structure a meal plan. We're going to do 3 meals a day. Each meal is going to be a protein source with vegetables. So these are some examples. It could be egg whites and vegetables for your breakfast. Your lunch could be chicken breasts and vegetables. And your dinner could be ground beef and vegetables. But pretty much it's very simple. We're going to have a protein source and we're eating that with vegetables. So some protein sources are egg whites, chicken breasts, ground beef, fish, etc. And I like to have 1 snack a day if you need it. If you don't need the snack, don't do it. And your snack should be fruit or it could be a protein bar. Okay. So like if you're following this meal plan and you really feel hungry and you want something to help satisfy your hunger, you can have an orange or you can have an apple or you can have a protein bar. But we want to keep the snacking to a minimum, just 1 snack a day. Next, we want to be doing 1 to 2 hours of cardio a day. This is what really helps us start melting the body fat off super quickly. Why? Because it raises the amount of calories we're burning throughout the day. Now, this is really important if you have a sedentary job. So if you're very busy and you're working a lot and you're sitting down at a desk or like you're working a lot, so you just can't be that active, getting in this extra cardio is going to help you burn an extra 500 to 800 calories a day, which is huge. You could even burn an additional 1,000 calories a day. That can help you burn an extra 1 or 2 pounds of body fat every week. So an example schedule is like this. You can do 30 to 60 minutes of cardio in the morning as soon as you wake up. And then you can do 30 to 60 minutes of cardio in the evening before you go to bed. And your cardio could be you walking. You could walk on the treadmill with an incline. You can use the Stairmaster. You can use the elliptical, or you can use the bike. You can use any piece of cardio equipment that you want to use. And then the final thing is we need to lift weights. We want to lift weights so that we can build muscle while we're losing the body fat. That's very important. I recommend lifting weights 2 to 4 days a week. So you should have a lower body day and you should have an upper body day. On the days when you're training your lower body, you do exercises like squats, lunges, leg press, hip thrusts, things like that. On the days when you want to train your upper body, you do things like the bench press, lat pull downs, shoulder presses, bicep curls, tricep extensions. And if you're going to train twice a week, 1 day could be lower body, the other day could be upper body. If you're going to be training 4 times a week, then 2 days could be lower body and the other 2 days could be upper body. And if we're able to do these 3 things, we follow the meal plan, we do the cardio, and we follow the workout plan, then you too could be losing 30 pounds in 3 months. You could lose 30 pounds in 3 months. You could lose 65 pounds of body fat. You could lose 75 pounds of body fat in 7 months. You could lose 100 pounds of body fat and build some muscle. Okay, this is the same system that I use. And whenever my clients want to lose body fat quickly, this is exactly what I have them do. And it's very straightforward. It's very simple. Now, there are a few things that I want to address. This plan is not something that you're supposed to do for the rest of your life. This is what you're supposed to do if you want to lose body fat rapidly. So if right now Put in the comment section, tell me how much weight you would like to lose. If you want to lose weight really quickly, this is when you would do something like this. Okay, so the cardio, it's a lot. 1 to 2 hours of cardio a day is a lot of cardio, but you would do this for 3 months, 4 months, so you could lose a lot of body fat quickly. And I find that it's easy to lose body fat quickly. Sometimes it's easier to lose fat really quick than it is to take your time and lose it, because you get very motivated when you start to see the fat come off. Now, this is not a plan that everybody should follow. It depends on your personality. This plan works best for people who can get obsessed. So if you can get obsessed with fitness, if you can get obsessed with getting results, if you can get obsessed with being the best version of yourself, then this will be something that resonates with you deeply, because you will progress and you will be seeing the scale drop and you'll see your strength go up very quickly, and that will sort of feed that obsession and you'll love it and you'll fall in love with it. That's how I was able to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. Okay, so when I lost 100 pounds in 6 months, I was a beginner at fitness. I didn't really know what I was doing, like, at all, really, right? But I had a meal plan, I had a cardio plan, and I had a workout plan. And I did it every single day for 7 days straight. I ate right, did my cardio, did my workouts. I didn't cheat on anything. And I saw that I lost 5 pounds in my first week. And when I saw that, that motivated me to do it again for the second week. And then I did it again for the third week. And then I did it again for the fourth week, then the fifth week. And before you know it, I was down 100 pounds. And that's how easy fat loss can be. This is why I believe in going 100%, sacrificing in the short term so that you can get to your goal and you can get the result that you are looking for. Okay, so that's pretty much how this works. Now, everybody, if you see the number on the screen, if you're on YouTube, or if you're on Instagram or Facebook, if you would like to lose body fat quickly, I do offer fitness coaching, so I can help you do that. If you comment the word coach below, I'm going to send you an application and you can fill that out, and then you can apply to work with me, and I can help you lose 30 pounds over the next 3 months. Okay. If you are on YouTube or TikTok, then look at the number that's on the screen and text the word coach to the number that's on the screen. Don't call it, text the word coach to the number that is on the screen. Now, my coaching is not for everybody. This is for people who are going to be committed and who are going to follow the plan. So with everybody that applies, we get on the call, and if I feel like you'll be a good fit and you will actually benefit from the program, then I'll let you in. If you're somebody and I feel like you don't got what it takes, I won't even take your money. I won't take your money if you can't follow the plan, if I don't get that from you. Okay, so this is for people who want to be excellent and who want to, like, guaranteed 3 to 4 months from now be down 30 to 40 pounds of body fat. Okay, that is the approach that I like to take. If you're on TikTok, you have to text the word coach to the number that's on the screen, 516-212-9162. So now let's get back into some Q&A. Everybody, please do me a favor and put in the comment section what your goal is. How many pounds of body fat would you like to lose? Put that in the comment section for me. I would like to lose 40 to 50 pounds. Okay. So if you look here, this is my client, Rashonda. She lost 65 pounds of body fat over the last 7 months. So just to be clear, she lost 65 pounds over the last 7 months. Now, how did she do it? There were 3 things that she did. Number 1, she followed a meal plan. She did a cardio plan, and she followed the workout plan. The meal plan is just like this: 3 meals a day. Each meal is a protein source with vegetables. So breakfast, it could be a protein shake. Lunch could be chicken breast and vegetables. Dinner could be ground beef and vegetables. And your snack can be a little serving of fruit, or it could be a protein bar if you want something sweet. Next, cardio. I recommend doing 60 minutes of cardio on a daily basis. And then on top of that, I recommend you lift weights 2 to 4 days a week. And by doing these 3 things, she was able to lose 65 pounds in 6 months. Now, if you are in here and you would like to lose 50 pounds or 30 pounds, if you would like to tone up and lose belly fat, just like Zach was able to, if you would like to lose some belly fat, if you would like to get buff and ripped like Chris was able to, if you would like to lose 100 pounds like I was able to, if you would like to get really lean like I was able to, then these are the 3 things that we need to do. We need to follow a meal plan, we need to do our cardio, and we need to lift weights. If we can do these 3 things, we can lose body fat very quickly. Okay, once again, this is the meal plan, and this is the meal plan. This is the way that I eat. I eat protein and vegetables 3 times a day, and it is the easiest way to eat if you want to lose body fat. It's very simple. So my breakfast is egg whites and eggs with vegetables. My lunch was ground turkey today and vegetables. My dinner is going to be chicken breast and vegetables. My late night snack is going to be 1 protein bar. So it's very, very simple. And just by eating like that and not having any cheat meals, not having any distractions, and I do my 1 to 2 hours of cardio every day, and I lift weights 3 to 4 days a week, I'm able to lose body fat very quickly. And if you want to lose fat quickly, that is the plan that you should get on as well too. Hey coach, do you charge? Yes, absolutely I charge. So do we have any questions about this? Do we understand how we should eat, how to do the cardio, how to do the workouts? Or is there any questions? Now, I want to do something. I want to go over a few breakfast options that are good for fat loss. And everybody here, pay attention and let me know if this is something that like you could eat for breakfast. So option number 1 for breakfast, you can do a protein shake. This is one of my favorite options for breakfast. Now you can do a pre-made protein shake, or you can do one that you make yourself. If you use a pre-made protein shake, that's excellent, very simple. If you make it yourself, this is how you make it. You use 2 scoops of protein powder and sugar-free almond milk, simple. The second option for breakfast, you can do 1 or 2 cups of liquid egg whites with a side of vegetables. One of my clients, his name is Lonnie, he used to do that for breakfast every day, and that was the breakfast that he ate while he was losing 10 pounds a month. Another option for breakfast, and this is the breakfast that I was doing when I lost 30 pounds in 2.5 months, is I was eating 1 cup of egg whites, 4 ounces of chicken breast, and a side of mixed veggies. Another breakfast option, it could be 6 ounces of steak and 2 eggs. Okay, so those are some good breakfast options. If you don't like eggs, then you can do a cup of Greek yogurt with a scoop of protein powder. And if you like oatmeal, you can do a 1/2 cup of dry oatmeal, and you can add 1 scoop of protein powder to it and just make the oatmeal regular. So those are a few good breakfast options that are good for losing body fat quickly and building muscle. Next, I'm going to touch on a few good lunch and dinner options to lose body fat quickly, especially for the people that are very busy. Okay, so if you are very busy and let's say you work in an office, right? So let's look at this photo right here. So let's say this is you and you would like to lose 30 pounds of body fat so that you could, get your body leaner and look more toned. And you work in an office job, and a lot of the guys there or the girls there, they order out fast food, and you want to lose body fat quickly. What should you eat? This is what I used to do. I used to go to the supermarket and I would get bags of frozen chicken breast strips. I would get bags of frozen vegetables, and I would keep this at the job. And anytime it was time for me to eat my meal, I would have some disposable plates as well too, and I would put out 8 ounces of some chicken breasts. I would pour a bunch of the mixed veggies on the plate, add a little bit of barbecue sauce to it, throw it in the microwave, and that would be my lunch. And if I got hungry again while I was there, I would make another small plate of that. I would rather you eat like that than you order fast food, because you eating the chicken breast and the veggies will help you lose body fat very quickly, just like he was able to. You eating the fast food will make you gain weight, and you will not get to your goal. And everything fitness-wise about you will get worse. Now, I want to be clear. Fitness is hard. Dieting is hard. Doing cardio is hard. But these are the type of results that you can get by doing this hard thing. Like, she lost 65 pounds. Like, that is hard. He lost 75 pounds in 7 months. A lot of people here may have been struggling to lose 10 pounds for the last 10 months. And if that's you, if you're currently like going up and down in your weight, then you understand how hard it is. So embrace the fact that it is going to be hard. And this is why I like my system, and I call it my rapid fat loss system, because I find that for a lot of people, it is easier to lose body fat quicker than it is to lose it slower. Because if you lose it quick, you get the motivation, and that motivation, it pushes you and it keeps you going. Okay. Following your meal plan, I have lost 20 pounds in a month. That's amazing, David. I love it. That's incredible. Can I just purchase a meal plan with a workout regimen? You can look on my fitness app. You can look that up. It's called Better You, Better Society. But I don't do custom plans and things like that. So, yeah. Been seeing results since I followed your account. That's incredible. Pre-workout snack before gym, lifting weights. How much can I lose? 70 pounds. I want to lose 20 pounds. I need to lose 30 to 40 pounds in the next 2 to 3 months. So losing 30 to 40 pounds in the next 2 to 3 months, it's going to be difficult, but it is possible if you are super committed to it. Like here, I was able to lose 100 pounds in 6 months, and it's very simple. I did these 3 things here. I followed a meal plan, I followed a cardio plan, and I followed a workout plan. This was the meal plan that I followed. I ate 3 meals a day. Each meal was a meat with a vegetable, and I would have 1 snack a day, like some fruit. I did 1 to 2 hours of cardio every day. Normally, I would wake up early in the morning, do an hour of cardio, and then I would do an hour of cardio before bed. Now, I used to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to go to the gym, get my cardio out the way, so I can come home, work on my business, and then work my job that I had. And then I would do an hour of cardio at the end of the day. I also would lift weights 3 to 4 days a week as well, too. And by doing those 3 things, I was able to lose body fat very quickly. And like I said, I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. Okay? I'm following your plan. I'm following your plan. I lost 5 pounds in a week. It's crazy. Thank you. Man, motivation. I love it. That's good. I've lost 15 since Christmas. Please help. LOL. I missed the exercise portion. How many days a week for cardio, and does walking on an incline count? Okay. So we want to do cardio, and if we're trying to lose weight rapidly, then we want to do 1 to 2 hours a day. And an easy way to fit this into your schedule, or at least for me, is I would do 30 to 60 minutes every morning as soon as I woke up. And I would wake up earlier so I could get this done. And then I would do 30 to 60 minutes of cardio before bed. Now, right now, I have the luxury of being able to go to the gym. If I couldn't go to the gym, I literally have a walking pad right here. So I would just use my walking pad if I couldn't go to the gym, right? Or you can go outside and you can walk, or you can use YouTube videos. Any type of movement counts as cardio. And you have to pick cardio that fits your fitness level. So you have to pick cardio that fits your fitness level. If you are a beginner and you want to do YouTube workout videos, do not pick advanced videos, pick beginner level videos. If you are a beginner, don't try to run for an hour a day, just walk for 30 minutes a day and gradually build your way up to it. Next, when it comes to the weightlifting, I recommend you weightlift 2 to 4 days a week. I would do it like this. If you're going to lift weights twice a week, then one day would be lower body, the other day could be upper body. If you're going to lift weights 4 days a week, 2 days could be lower body, and then 2 days could be upper body. For lower body, you do exercises that target your lower body muscles, such as squats, lunges, leg press. For your upper body, you do exercises that target your upper body muscles, like the bench press, lat pull downs, shoulder presses, bicep curls, etc. Now let's go back to the meal plan. Somebody just asked me, when it comes to eating like this, where you're eating the meat and the vegetables, are sauces acceptable? Yes, they are. You can add any sauce you want, but be careful not to add too much sauce, because that does add quite a bit of calories. And if you add too much sauce, you could add too much calories. So if you're going to add regular sauce to your food, I want you to use portion control with the sauce. If you want to be on the safer side, then you can find sugar-free or low-calorie sauces or dressings to use instead. So they have sugar-free barbecue sauce, they have fat-free salad dressing, they have a lot of healthy options out nowadays. Thoughts on vitamins? You should be taking a multivitamin. Especially if you're going to be eating like this, you should definitely take a multivitamin. How many sweet potatoes can I eat in a day? So somebody is asking me about the carbs. Somebody, I'm guessing, they would like to add carbs into their diet. So when it comes to rice and sweet potato and potatoes and pasta and bread, you can have carbs in your diet. You definitely can. Now, when you're trying to lose body fat quickly, I recommend that you stick to what I'm telling you. Stick to just meat and vegetables. It keeps it very simple, very easy. But if you do want to add some carbs to your diet, then I recommend that you use portion control. So this is how I would personally have you do this. We have 3 meals a day here. We have our breakfast, we have lunch, and we have dinner. If you wanted to have carbs like sweet potato, I would just pick 1 meal out of the 3 and have the carbs with that 1 meal. Okay, so my breakfast would be egg whites and veggies. My lunch would be chicken breast and veggies. But my dinner would be ground beef, veggies, and I would have half a sweet potato with my dinner. The reason why we are being so moderate with the carbs is because carbs, it just adds calories, and we're trying to keep the calories very low if we're trying to lose body fat rapidly. So you don't have to completely cut it out. You can add some in moderation. Just be mindful not to add too many, because if you add too much, it's going to increase the amount of calories that you're eating, and that will slow down fat loss a little bit. Now, you could technically have carbs with every meal if you want to. You just won't be able to lose 4 pounds a week. You might lose 2 pounds a week or 1.5 pounds a week, and that's completely fine. You just have to adjust your diet according to your goals. Thoughts on calisthenics. So calisthenics would fall under the category of lifting weights. So calisthenics is basically, you're still lifting weights, but you are lifting your body weight. So same thing, it still builds muscle, you're stimulating muscle growth. So same thing, if you want to do calisthenics 2 to 4 days a week, you can do that. What about avocado? So avocado is a healthy fat. You can have healthy fat with your food as well too. Just use portion control. So I would add 1/4 of an avocado, or maybe half of an avocado to like one of my meals as well too. Have you gotten any bigger as far as muscle wise? So personally, yes, I have gotten stronger. That's how I like to gauge my strength. I like to gauge my strength by how strong that I've gotten. Can you have pistachio or cashews as a snack? So Lulu, if you are going to be having like nuts as a snack, then you want to use portion control, because nuts are healthy fats and they're very calorie dense, meaning they have a lot of calories in them. So if you're going to be having nuts, I would recommend look at the back of the package and make sure you're only having 1 serving, because it's very easy to overeat nuts and eat too many calories. And I would hate for you to not be making progress because you're eating nuts. So if you wanted to lose body fat fast, should you eat nuts? Probably not. If you wanted to be healthier and find a nice sustainable plan where you lose body fat at a nice steady rate, then yes, you could fit nuts into your weight loss plan. But either way, you do have to be careful with it, because it's easy to overeat. Now, if I wanted to lose weight fast as possible, would I eat nuts? No, I wouldn't. I would stick to eating protein and veggies, and I would snack on fruit. That's what I would do. If I wanted to lose 60 pounds in 6 months, then I would be very, very strict. This would be my diet right here. It would be egg whites and veggies for breakfast. It would be chicken breast and veggies for lunch, and chicken breast and veggies for dinner. And if I ever needed another meat because the chicken breast was boring, then I would pick another protein source. But I would be very strict if I wanted to lose 60 pounds in 6 months. Once again, I would also be doing 1 to 2 hours of cardio on a daily basis, and I would be lifting weights. So that's what I would do. I need to lose 10 to 15 pounds and lower my body fat. So this plan right here would work for you. All right, this is the plan that you should follow. Now, this plan, like I'm showing you, it worked for me, right? I lost body fat very quickly, built a lot of muscle while I was doing this. In fact, I lost 100 pounds in 6 months by following this plan. I lost a lot of body fat and built a good amount of muscle. I lost 100 pounds following this. See, Chris, he was able to lose 75 pounds in 7 months by following this. My client, she lost 65 pounds by doing this. Zach, he lost 30 plus pounds by doing this. Lonnie lost 30 pounds by doing this. So like it works and it's very simple. The answer is we're doing three things: following a meal plan, doing some cardio, and we are going to follow a workout plan so we can lose fat and build muscle. Okay. Now, someone asked, do you have any meal plans for diabetic restrictions? Yes. Now, just to be clear, this plan, it works for people that are diabetic as well too. So look, let's talk about the meal plan. Especially if you are diabetic, this is really good for you. So we're doing 3 meals a day. Each meal is going to be a protein source and vegetables. Why is eating like this good for people that are diabetic? This is the question that I have for you. Why do you think it's a good idea for diabetics to eat this way? They're eating 3 meals a day. They're prioritizing protein and vegetables. Why is this a good idea for people who are diabetic? I'll tell you why. Because you're eating protein and veggies and we're not doing a lot of sugar, we're not doing a lot of starch, our blood sugar is going to be very stable. Whenever you eat protein, fiber, and fats, your blood sugar, it stays very stable. When you eat things that are very starchy or sugary, like bagels or candy, that's when your sugar begins to spike up. So the only thing we're having that sugary is going to be fruit. But that's not going to be as bad as us loading up on fast food and pasta and rice. So you eating like this is going to be much better for you as a diabetic. The only change that I would make would be with the fruit. I wouldn't eat the fruit by itself. I would have the fruit with 1 ounce of nuts, or 1 ounce or a cup of Greek yogurt, or I would have the fruit with a protein shake. You want to pair up anything that is sugary with either a fat, some fiber, or some protein. That's going to stop it from spiking your blood sugar up. That's going to slow down how fast your blood sugar spikes, how fast the sugar gets into your bloodstream. Okay? So that would be the only change that I would make. And if you are eating like this and you're having egg whites and vegetables, and you do decide to have a slice of toast, you're still having the carbs with the protein and the vegetable and a fiber. You're having the carbs and the sugar with protein and fiber, which is going to stop it from spiking your blood sugar, which is excellent for people that are diabetic. Okay. Now, the other benefit of this is you're going to lose a lot of body fat, and you're getting in enough protein, and you're lifting weights. And when you build muscle, that's also very good for diabetics as well too. That the more muscle you have, the more you use your muscle, that also helps keep your blood sugar more stable, because muscle soaks up sugar like a sponge. So it helps to keep your blood sugar under control. So if you are a diabetic or pre-diabetic, you should definitely get on a plan like this immediately. Okay, and this is the plan. Following a meal plan, a cardio plan, and a workout plan. This is the meal plan. 3 meals a day. Each meal is going to be a protein source and vegetables. You can do egg whites and veggies, then chicken breast and veggies for lunch, then ground beef and veggies for dinner. And you can have you can have a protein bar or a protein shake as a snack, or you could have some fruit with 1 ounce of nuts. That's the meal plan. So I'm going to say that again, just because I think I might be talking a little bit too fast for you guys to grasp it. Okay. So let's do it like this. If you are trying to lose a lot of body fat and you are a diabetic or pre-diabetic, there are 3 things that I want you to do. Follow this meal plan, this cardio plan, and workout plan that I'm about to give you. For the meal plan, you're going to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, on those plates, on those meals, you're going to pick a protein source and some vegetables. So for breakfast, your protein source and vegetable can be egg whites and spinach. That is your breakfast. Your lunch is going to be chicken breasts and vegetables. That is your lunch. Your dinner is going to be any protein source like chicken or beef with vegetables. That's your dinner. And as a snack, you can have a protein bar, or you can have some fruit with 1 ounce of nuts, like a little bit of nuts, to stop the fruit from spiking your blood sugar. That is your one snack. Pick one. That's your meal plan. For your cardio, do 30 to 60 minutes of cardio a day. And you could do 2 hours of cardio if you really want to lose weight quickly, which I do recommend, by the way, if you're trying to lose fat as fast as possible. And then thirdly, lift weights 2 to 4 days a week. Half of your workout should be for your lower body. The other half of your workouts should be for your upper body. And if you can do those three things, you will lose body fat and you will build muscle and your blood sugar will be under better control. So this is excellent for people that are diabetic or pre-diabetic. Okay? So hopefully that makes a lot of sense. I tried to explain it the best way that I could. Somebody asked about a video for what supplements to take. So what supplements you're going to take, it depends on what your goal is. Now, a few supplements that everybody should take, I would say the number one supplement to get would be a good protein powder. Protein powder is good because it's just an easy way for you to get your protein in if you ever miss a meal. Or if you are, like, if your protein is a little low for the day, like there are some days when, let's say I run out of chicken breast and I need something quick to, get my protein in, or after my workout, I need something, I'm hungry and my food isn't cooked yet, I can just have a little protein shake just to give my body the protein that it needs, and that's gonna curb my appetite and stop me from binge eating. So protein powders and protein shakes is the number one supplement I recommend people get. The second supplement would be creatine. Creatine is good because it helps you build more muscle. And especially while you're trying to lose body fat, creatine will help you keep the muscle that you currently have. Creatine is good because basically it allows your muscles to work harder. And if your muscles are able to work harder, you're able to have better workouts, which then in turn helps you build more muscle. So creatine just allows your muscles to work better during your workout so you can build bigger muscles. Other than that, that's really the only two supplements that people should get. Other than that, you can get a multivitamin, you can get fish oil, you can get things like that. But in terms of fitness, a good protein powder and some creatine, only two things you really need. Even with that, supplements make up 0.1% of your progress. The large majority of whether or not you're going to see results, it comes down to whether or not you are following your meal plan, you're following your cardio plan, and you're following your workout plan. If you never touch a supplement in your life and it is your goal to lose body fat and build muscle and get a six-pack and get ripped, if you literally had 2 cups of egg whites and some spinach for breakfast, and then for lunch you had some chicken breast and veggies, and then for dinner you had some chicken breast and veggies, you did your 60 minutes of cardio every day, and you lifted weights 3 days a week, I guarantee you would lose body fat very quickly. And if you were consistent with that for a few months, you would get a six-pack, your body would look ridiculously toned and muscular, and you would look incredible. That's where you need to focus your time and attention, not on supplements, not on these other distractions. All right, so now we're going to get into some Q&A for a few moments, and we'll take some calls, and then after that, that'll be it. Now, in the meantime, if you would like to call in, all you have to do is, if you're on TikTok, just request to come up. If you would like to, if you want to call in, you could text me the word call, and I'll try to do 2 or 3 calls before I'll log off for tonight. What should the water intake be? If you can get in half a gallon of water a day, that's solid. If I keep doing cardio for 6 days a week, wouldn't I lose muscle? No, you wouldn't. If you're getting enough protein and you're lifting weights, you won't lose muscle. Hello, I've been taking your advice recently. I lost 20 pounds in a month. A question. What do you think of the protein egg bites from Starbucks? I'm not necessarily sure about the protein egg bites from Starbucks, but I can say I'm pretty sure they're good. I've never had them, so I'm not that familiar with them. I followed your plan and I have lost 10 pounds in 1.5 months. That's incredible, Bruce. Good job. You inspire me so much. Thanks. I've started my journey, but find myself struggling with wanting sugar. That's normal to want sugar while you are on a fat loss journey. That's completely normal. Okay. So just make sure that you're getting your meals in. Make sure you don't have the sugar around you, and the craving for sugar will go down. What about MCT oil? It's not necessary. You could take it if you want, but in terms of whether or not that will make or break your fitness journey, it won't. It's sort of like it's not really that important. It's not a priority. All right, let's see if we have anybody on TikTok that wants to come up. Cardio would be walking, or cardio, can it be walking or should it be more intense? Walking is fine for cardio if you are a beginner and if that's all you can do. I would like to make your cardio a little bit more intense though. All right, let's see if we can find this. What's your opinion on the weight loss plan during Ramadan? I have no opinions on that. Sorry. Thank you. Starting to follow your plans. I need to lose 30 pounds by the end of April. So follow the plan. Treadmill or bike, either one is fine. Can I lose 80 pounds in 5 months? I don't know if you can lose 80 pounds in 5 months, but get started on the plan and see if you can. Where can we go to sign up with you? If you look at the number that's on the screen, text the word coach to that number or click the link in my bio. Text the word coach to that number and then I will send you an application. You have to fill out the application, and if you are a good fit, you'll be able to schedule a call with me. Then I'll review your application. And if you're a good fit, then I'll actually get on the call and we'll take it from there. No, you have to text the word coach to the number that is on the screen. Hello, Claire.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How can I help you?
So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for all you've been doing. I started taking my exercise and eating healthy on the 1st of January. And like I told you before, I started the journey when I was 223 pounds. I'm now 202 pounds.
Wow.
So,
Ed.
yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you so much. I'm seeing great improvement. But I accidentally ate rice today for the first time in the year, 2026, and I just hope and pray it's not going to be a habit.
No.
I just want to
Yeah.
go back.
Look, just don't make it a habit, right? You had rice today, okay, and then just get back on the plan tomorrow. Don't overthink it. Just get back on the plan.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you so much. I just wanted to appreciate you.
No problem. Now, look, I will say this, and I hope this should help everybody that's here. When you've been dieting, right, for let's say about 8 to 12 weeks, it can get to be a little bit rough to stick to the diet, to continue to stick to it. So what I have people do when it gets to that point is we do something called taking a diet break. So basically, we go from being in a calorie deficit to being at calorie maintenance, and we stay at calorie maintenance for about 2 weeks, maybe 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. And what that does is we do this so that we can get a mental break. We can take a break from the diet. And then after that 1 to 2 weeks, we get back into being in a calorie deficit. Then we start losing body fat again. And we do that structure where we lose fat quickly, then we take a break. We lose fat quickly, then we take a break. We do that repeatedly until we get to the ultimate goal, which is however much you want to weigh. And then once we get to your fat loss goal, then we start focusing on building muscle. So that's what we like to do. So try that out if you have been dieting for a long period of time and you feel like you need a break. You might not absolutely need to do it, but it is an option. I lost 112 pounds in 11 months. That's incredible. I have rice and sweet potatoes every day, and I lose 2.5 to 3 pounds a week. That's incredible. Hello?
Hey,
How you doing?
good. What about you?
Doing all right?
So basically, I'm 15 years old.
You're too young for me to talk to you, man.
Oh, I
All right. Sorry about that. I'm not sorry, but you know what I mean. Let's see. I stopped binge eating. I'm eating less now. I'm just not losing weight. I stopped binge eating. I'm eating less now. I'm just not losing weight. All right. Do we have a question or no? I lost 38 pounds in 4 months being in a calorie deficit, but haven't worked out. But I still have a gut. So that just means you have more weight that you need to lose. Okay, so you just have a little bit more weight you need to lose. On the app, there are 2 different subscriptions. Are they the same? Yes, they're the same. I don't really eat breakfast much. That's fine. As long as you can hit your protein goal, if you can find a way to fit that in, that's fine. Now, for me, I eat my first meal at 12 o'clock. Then I eat my second meal at 3 o'clock. Then I eat my dinner around 9 o'clock. So I'm going to eat my dinner soon, in about an hour or so. So you don't have to eat at specific times, but you do want to hit your protein goal for the day. Before starting on your plan, should I do 6 days fasting? No, you don't need to do that. I was saying I'm 14, but lost 15 pounds in half a month. Went tips. I'm sorry, I don't understand your question. Should you feel hungry at all during a deficit? Yeah, you should. It's not, I can't say whether or not you should feel hungry being in a calorie deficit, but like, let's break down what's happening. You're eating less calories than your body needs for the day. So it's very common that you're going to feel hungry. So, like most people that are in a calorie deficit are going to feel hungry. Now, there are a few things that we can do to try to minimize the hunger. So, if you are picking foods that are lean protein sources, very like fibrous fruits and vegetables, like very voluminous foods, like let's say very filling foods like egg whites, chicken breasts, broccoli, blueberries, strawberries. Foods like this are very filling. So that makes it easier while you're being in a calorie deficit. All right. Also, potatoes. Potatoes is a very filling food as well too. Now the thing is, if you're going to be eating potatoes, just do it in moderation. Don't overdo it. When I stop cutting, I lose my appetite and I just don't know when to eat. When I start cutting, I lose my appetite and I just don't know when to eat. Explain that. Explain it. So, if you have 3 meals for you to eat in a day, then just make yourself eat. Also, you might be able to do a protein shake. So let's say, for example, for me right now, if I had to eat dinner and I had no appetite and I didn't feel like eating, then I would just have a protein shake. Because that's a little bit easier for me to, it's easier for me to drink a shake than it is to eat a full meal if I had an issue like that. But usually I love to eat real food, especially when I'm putting myself in a calorie deficit like I am now. I would love to see if you could help me. I don't understand that. How about cauliflower rice? What do you think about that? Can you eat that every day? Yes, you can. Cauliflower rice is just cauliflower, meaning it's very low in calories. So if you want to eat cauliflower rice, don't even take out the rice. Like, you're just eating cauliflower. Like, you can eat that as much as you want. I lost 15 pounds in 4 weeks. Thank you. You're very welcome. That's incredible. Good job. I've been eating 1,200 calories a day on keto. I weigh 237 and now I weigh 225 after 2 weeks. Is that good or bad? So you lost 12 pounds in 2 weeks, and you asked me if that's good or bad. You lost 12 pounds in 2 weeks. That's pretty good if you ask me. So good job on that. You mentioned in previous videos to take a break from the plan after 3 to 4 months. What's the purpose and how do you succeed without cheating on your plan versus cheating on your plan and fight the cravings? So let's answer the first one. What's the purpose of taking a break from being in a fat loss phase after 3 to 4 months? The benefit of this is more so mental than anything. You give yourself a nice 1 to 2 week period where mentally you can take a break from the diet so it doesn't burn you out. Because usually dieting after 3 months, especially if you're dieting aggressively, it can get a little bit rough. So when you give yourself that little break, mentally you get a break. Next, the other benefit is you are training yourself on how to eat at calorie maintenance. So there are a lot of people who lose body fat and they end up gaining all the weight back. We don't want that to be us. So we need to know how to eat at maintenance, not where we're losing weight, not where we're gaining weight, but where we are maintaining our weight. So if you practice in the middle of your fat loss, if you take a few breaks where you're eating to just stay the same weight for 1 or 2 weeks, and you do that a few times, when you do get down to your goal weight, it's going to be easier for you to eat at maintenance because you've had a few practice runs doing that. The other thing is for your body as well too. You give your body a break, you increase the amount of calories that you're eating, your metabolism speeds up, your hormones like your leptin and your ghrelin levels, these are your hunger hormones. These hormones like rebalance out and your appetite gets under control again. Once again, when you're dieting for a very long time, like usually your appetite goes up a lot. So while you're taking this break, you're just giving your body a chance to like rest and recover. So those are the benefits of that. The next question, how do you succeed without cheating on your plan and fight the cravings? So the first thing is you want to have the right mentality when you are dieting. And when I say the right mentality, you want to think about it like this is important to me. I must stick to my plan because if I cheat on my diet, I will not reach my goal. So that's number one, just have the right mentality. The next thing is you want to set up your environment so that you can succeed. So what I like to do is tell people, throw away all of your junk food. If there's anything in your home that is going to tempt you, throw it away so it cannot tempt you anymore. All right. Next is, if there's anybody in your life that tempts you to eat bad, you might have to step away from them for a little while. If there are places that you go to where they like to tempt you, you have to stay away from that for a little while. You know, your environment and the people that are around you, they help to kind of craft your decisions. Now, I remember when I used to work in a school. I was a substitute teacher when I was younger. I've had a bunch of jobs. I was a substitute teacher when I was younger, and I would take a salad with grilled chicken breast and fat-free dressing to work with me, and people would laugh at me. And I did, I was talking to somebody about it a few years ago, and I was like baffled at how I was like really, really, really fit. Like I was like in amazing shape. And it was like fat people laughing at me for eating a salad with some grilled chicken breast. So it's little things like that that you have to watch out for while you're on your fitness journey. There are going to be people who are in terrible shape who will tease you, laugh at you, and you know, it could make you feel a little self-conscious and discourage you from achieving your fitness goals. So just be mindful of all of these things. And if there's one of the things that I like to do with everybody is say you weigh yourself every day, you monitor and you keep a record of everything that you're eating. You monitor whether or not you are doing your workouts. And this is what I do with my clients. I have them weigh themselves every day. I have them take photos of everything that they eat. I have them track all of their workouts so we can see everything. And if they make a mistake, we can catch it immediately. And then we can ask, why did you make this mistake? Why did you eat these chips? And then we can begin to identify the triggers that are in your life. Were you triggered to eat these chips because you bought them? So now we know we're not going to buy the chips anymore. Were you triggered to eat this popcorn because you went to the movies? Now we know when we go to the movies, we cannot buy popcorn. So that's one of the things that you should do as well too. You want to weigh yourself daily, track your food, all of that annoying stuff. It helps you to make better decisions. Now, I don't know if there are any business owners in here or any people that are professional. Now, one of the things that I have learned being a business owner and somebody who, being entrepreneurial is that you have to be data driven. You have to know your numbers. You have to know your KPIs. You have to be able to track your data. It's no different in fitness. If you want to be better with your money, you need to see where your money is going. You need to budget, you need to check your account balance, all of that good stuff. It's the same thing with fitness. And the people who do that and go the extra mile, they get the best results. Like my best clients, like my absolute best clients, they follow every instruction that I give them to the T. They don't miss a beat. They don't miss a step. They're very organized. They're very detail oriented, and same with fitness. Like I believe that is going to be very helpful for you if you can be like that. Are there any exercise videos you recommend? I have some exercise videos on my fitness app. The name of the app is Better You, Better Society. I didn't eat any sugar or carbs for 2 weeks, and I write everything down. That is incredible, Monica. And Monica, that is why you were able to lose 15 pounds in 4 weeks. I hope you have seen my comment and questions. I just need guidance. Okay, let's see. I have some discipline issues and motivation issues, but my military career really depends on my physical health. What can you suggest? I'm about 173 and I need to be below 162. I want to be 150 and I'm not on a GLP-1 and I have low testosterone. Okay, so you are 173. So you need to lose 11 pounds, but you want to lose 23 pounds. So let's go with what you want to do. You want to lose 23 pounds. And we're going to say you need to lose 23 pounds. You can get down to 150 pounds in 2 months. You can lose 23 pounds in 2 months. And I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. You're going to follow this meal plan that I give you, this cardio plan that I give you, and this workout regimen that I give you every single day. For your meal plan, you're going to have 2 cups of egg whites and vegetables. And you should be writing this down, by the way. For your lunch, you're going to have chicken breast and vegetables. And for your dinner, you're going to have chicken breast and vegetables. You can have 7 ounces of the chicken breast and as many vegetables as you want with those meals. As a snack, you can have fruit, or you can have 1 protein bar, either or, not both. On top of that, you're going to do at least 1 hour of cardio every day. You should wake up in the morning and do this 60 minutes of cardio all in one shot. For your cardio, you can get on the treadmill and walk incline 10, speed 2.5 or speed 3, whichever one of those you can handle. Or you can use any cardio equipment that you want, but I recommend you do what I just said. And then finally, lift weights 2 to 4 days a week. For the weightlifting, I don't really care what you do. Just train your lower body, train your upper body. You don't have to overthink it. It can be very light. It can be easy. Do whatever you want with that. But your main priority is you sticking to the meal plan exactly as I just explained it to you, and you're doing the cardio exactly as I explained it to you. No cheat meals, no snacks, no nothing else extra. Weigh yourself every day, and if you can do what I just said, in 2 months you'll be down 23 pounds and you'll be at your goal. And I hope that helps you out, Tony. Okay, so to the person who said you've been eating 1,200 calories and you lost 12 pounds in 2 weeks, that's really good. Just keep on doing what you're doing. That's incredible. Is this pre-recorded? No, it's not. Are rice cakes good? So rice cakes are an okay snack if you have discipline. So if you do 2 rice cakes a day, that's good. That's not a lot. You don't want to eat the whole pack of rice cakes. So if you have a few rice cakes a day, that's fine. Very low in calories. How many calories would that be? I don't know. You'd have to calculate it, but I know it would be very low. That's why she'd be able to lose 20 pounds of body fat in 2 months. I don't care for ground beef. Can I switch it for lean ground turkey? Of course you can. You want to pick any lean protein source that you want. You also let your body, when in clean food, you also let your body feel what it misses, which is when in clean food and clean feeling body. Okay, a little bit of some typos there. Intermittent fasting works well for me, but I didn't feel I was building muscle when I was working out. So I don't really, for anybody here, right, who knows how to count, so how many people here, and please just say me in the comment section, do you understand how calories work? Like, do you understand how you have to eat in a calorie deficit to lose body fat? Do you understand that you have to eat enough protein to build muscle? If you understand both of those things and you understand thoroughly how fat loss works, put me in the comment section. I just want to understand how many people understand this stuff on a thorough level. Okay. So for all the people who understand how calories work and how protein work, this is the reason why I never really mention intermittent fasting, because it doesn't really matter if you do intermittent fasting as long as you are eating in a calorie deficit and you eat enough protein. So doesn't really matter. Now, intermittent fasting will help you eat less calories because it gives you a cutoff time. Okay, so intermittent fasting says you can only eat from this time to this time. So it cuts down on the amount of time that you have to eat. So that's the only benefit that it has for you when it comes to losing body fat. Now, there are some people who do intermittent fasting and don't lose any weight because during their eating window, they eat horrible and they eat very calorie dense foods and they end up not being in a calorie deficit. So, long story short, you could do intermittent fasting if you want to, but what's more important than that is making sure that what you are eating is what you should be eating. And then even more important than that, you need to make sure that the calories that you're eating is on point. So I know for a fact that if I tell you to eat 3 meals a day of a lean protein source and some vegetables, you have a very strong chance of being in a calorie deficit and you will lose body fat. I don't really know if I tell somebody to do intermittent fasting that they're guaranteed going to lose body fat. And I don't know if they're going to get in enough protein. That's why I don't really talk about it that much. What's up, man? I came for advice back in November at around 15 to 16% body fat. Now I'm around 12% body fat with abs. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. How about seasoning your food? Did that cool? Or did you have to eat your vegetables without seasoning? So if you're asking me, I season my food. I add barbecue sauce to almost all of my meals. So I will season my food. Like, I'll do that. Now, you can season your food. The reason why you can season your food is because seasoning doesn't add any calories at all. So you can season your food. That will not stop you from losing weight. Is white rice good for losing weight or no? So white rice is not good for losing weight, but can you eat white rice and still lose weight? Yes, you can. Now, what does it look like for some? So if I wanted to lose weight very quickly and eat white rice, what would I do? I would use portion control whenever I was eating white rice. So I would cook all of my rice and I would only eat a half a cup of cooked white rice with each one of my meals, like my lunch and my dinner. Now, if I wanted more rice than that, then this is what I would do. I would take a half a cup of white rice, then I would take a half a cup of some cauliflower rice and I would mix them together. This way it would be 1 cup of rice, but half of it would be just cauliflower, which is very low in calories. So it'd be twice the rice with half the calories. All right, everybody, that is it for today. For anybody here who would like to join my fitness coaching program, and this is for people who would like to lose 30 pounds over the next 3 months, or people who would like to lose 60 pounds over the next 6 months, or 80 pounds over the next year. If this is you, You can comment the word coach below. If you are on Facebook and Instagram, just put the word coach right here in the comment section. If you are on YouTube and TikTok, you will see a number on the screen. You have to text me the word coach to that number. It's 516-212-9162. You should see the number on the screen. Let me know if you see it. Okay. Like I said, the coaching is for people who are looking to lose body fat and build muscle, and you want some one-on-one guidance and accountability to make sure that we can actually stay consistent this time around. All right, Deborah, I see you. Doesn't barbecue sauce have sugar? Which brand would be a better choice? So you can just Google sugar-free barbecue sauce. Now, like I said, I add barbecue sauce to all of my meals. I do use portion control, but my meals are so healthy that me adding a little bit of barbecue sauce is not enough to undo all the healthiness of that meal. But is it ideal? Not necessarily. If you just want a meal plan, then, so if for all the people who just want a meal plan, you still have to text the word coach to the number that is on the screen and fill out the application. There you will be able to either choose to work with me and join my one-on-one coaching program, or you can just choose to get a meal plan made. But either way, you have to text the word coach and fill out the application. All right, that is it for today. I'll talk to you guys later. God bless you all.